by the Huntington Library. In the meantime, at 11:05 that morning, Robert Eisenman's name had gone down on record as that of the first scholar formally to request and obtain access to the Huntington's photographs of scroll material. The battle for access had been won. There still remained, however, the process of dismantling the orthodoxy of interpretation promulgated for the last 40 years by the international team. By the time the events chronicled above had hit the headlines, Eisenman had begun to pursue his research on other fronts as well. In 1988, he had pointed out that the excavations at Qumran were far from complete, far from exhaustive. The surrounding terrain is in fact ideal for the preservation of manuscripts, and virtually all experts in the field agree that there are more discoveries to be made. It is not just possible, but probable that additional scroll material still exists, buried under landslides and rockfalls. Many caves have yet to be excavated properly. That is, through the rubble of fallen roofs and down to bedrock. Other caves previously explored only by the Bedouin have to be explored anew, since the Bedouins tended to overlook some concealed documents and to leave behind many fragments, and in any case, officially sanctioned, Bedouins' excavations effectively ceased with the 1967 war. There are other sites in the general vicinity of Qumran that have yet to be thoroughly explored. 9 miles to the south, for example, on the shores of the Dead Sea, at a place called En El Gouir, an Israeli archaeologist found Qumran-style graves, and the ruins of a Qumran-style, albeit smaller residence. It is certainly reasonable to suppose that the caves in the nearby wadis hitherto unexcavated may also be repositories for scrolls. With these facts in mind, Eisenman determined to embark on his own archaeological explorations. His primary objective was, of course, to look for additional scroll material. Such material might have proved to be the case with the temple scroll, be entirely new, but even if it duplicated material already in the hands of the international team, it would render pointless any continued suppression. Quite apart from the prospect of additional scroll material. However, Eisenman wanted to build up as complete a picture as possible of the population in the entire region. The Qumran on south towards Masada, there might have been, he concluded, of the Qumran-style communities. In consequence, he undertook to look for evidence of any other kind. Evidence of water control, for example, such as terraces, aqueducts, and cisterns, which might have been constructed to sustain livestock and support agriculture.